Who is the biggest star in boxing? Tank Davis. And joining the beat of the game is Miami resident hip-hop star, influencer Ruby Rose.
Understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo.
Wait, I thought it was 190. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him. Yes. He recognizes that he's too big for him.
The face-off between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis during Netflix's Uncut segment quickly became the center of attention. The energy in the room was intense, especially when Tank suddenly shoved Jake during their stare down. It was clear this fight carries more personal emotion than just pre-fight hype. Both men exchanged heated words, and their faces showed a mix of irritation and self-confidence. Many people watching couldn't help but comment on how small Tank looked next to Jake. The size difference surprised a lot of viewers. Still, others argue that height and muscle aren't everything in boxing. What truly matters is skill, timing, and execution, which could make this fight closer than it seems.
Little guy, an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me, and I'm gonna fucking son him on November 14th. So fuck you, little man.
You pay me? Are you paying me?
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Facts.
Correct.
Yes. Correct.
Correct. I'm your daddy.
Veteran boxing trainer and commentator Teddy Atlas gave his take on the face-off and quickly honed in on the size difference. To him, it wasn't just noticeable, it was massive. He joked that Gervonta would need a ladder to reach Jake's chin. Atlas made it clear that while boxing is about skill, timing, and heart, extreme physical differences can change everything. He compared it to when Canelo Alvarez moved up to challenge Terence Crawford, noting that although Canelo entered a heavier weight class, both fighters still seem physically matched. In this case, Atlas feels Jake's size gives him a big upper hand. He admitted that Tank is powerful and experienced, but said the fight already looks one-sided due to the clear mismatch in size and strength.
Size of the ring, the size of the glove, all that stuff, particulars should be in the contract. But I would probably look for one thing that is not the common thing to have in a contract if I'm Tank. A ladder. A ladder. Can I get a ladder? Somebody? You know what I mean? Hey, look, all kidding, if he hits him on the chin the way he can punch, Jake might be doing a dance. You know what I mean? Not voluntarily either. But we'll get into that more later. The thing that I'm talking about right here is what you said. It was stark. The size difference was really, you couldn't ignore it. We understand the talent difference, the experience difference. We understand all of that. But the size, the pure, and we understand small guys can beat big guys. We just saw Crawford do it to Canelo, but you know, a little different. The size difference was, I mean, it was eye-catching, jaw-dropping, and it made me think, and I'm going to ask Richie, our man here who's doing all the taping, who does such a marvelous job. I'm going to ask him, because I know he's an expert in this area, but it reminded me of one of the Rocky movies where they had the face, where they did the wrestling thing with Rocky and Hulk Hogan, a.k.a. Thunderlips. He was Thunderlips back there. And I thought I had it right, and it was confirmed to me. It's Rocky 3.
Greg Hackett, a respected boxing coach, gave his thoughts on Gervonta Davis's mindset and sounded very confident in Tank's focus. According to Hackett, Davis isn't distracted by all the noise and marketing that Jake Paul and his team usually create. He says Tank is locked in and knows exactly what he wants. People who've seen him training say Davis has been working extremely hard and staying razor sharp. His sparring partners say he's been intense in the gym, constantly pushing himself harder than ever, and not taking this matchup lightly at all.
It's something for you new to do, try to keep you fresh and this and that, keep your name hot. You got to stay in the algorithms. You know, it's just a lot of pressure on fights. And I feel like Tank being at, what is he, 30 years old? and you got kids. See, what people forget about is it come a time in a man's life where he just wants to slow down. You know what I'm saying? We can't all run around like we used to back in the day. I mean, that's tough to do. Sometimes you just want to sit down, enjoy your fruits. And I feel like that could be what he's going through. He want to just enjoy the fruits of his labor and enjoy life. And people don't want to hear that because they feel like you got more work to do. But it's his life.
Fans and media watching Davis during public appearances have also noticed how calm and collected he looks. He's focused, not flustered, and seems to fully understand what's at stake. For Tank, this isn't just about fame or a big paycheck. This fight means proving that he can perform under any spotlight, no matter how bright. If he wins, it could take his name beyond boxing and into mainstream media, like many influencers and content creators have done. But more importantly, it would show that real boxing skill can still rise above hype and showmanship.
Conference, and you can tell, you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's going to get this money for sure because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games. Don't hit him in the back of the head. Don't rabbit punch him. Don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, Mike Tyson, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not going to have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch.
That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul.
Former heavyweight boxer and now trainer Eddie Chambers shared a more balanced view of the fight. He reminded everyone that boxing history is filled with examples of smaller fighters beating bigger ones. Chambers believes too many people are focusing only on size, while ignoring what really wins fights: timing, experience, and smart technique. He pointed out that even though Jake might start strong due to his reach and height, Tank's quick feet and sharp fight instincts could close that gap fast. According to Chambers, you don't win fights with physical measurements. You win them by making smart decisions under pressure. He admitted Jake's size gives him an edge, but said Davis's timing and precision could still make him a more dangerous man in the ring.
That something like this can happen, but this is social media. This is what is created. There's a lane that Jake Paul has created. Honestly, I'm not mad at him for it. He's gotten a lot of fighters and, actual fighters some shine. It also has done for women's boxing a lot. So I'm not mad at him for what he's been in boxing and what he's created. This is a little crazy right here. This is a little crazy. And a lot of people will say, Tank is too small. Let me tell you something. Anybody that gets in the ring with Tank that is not a damn dinosaur is going to feel something from it. And it ain't going to be easy to hit it. Got boxing IQ. He may not sound like an intellectual guy when you hear him talk, but he knows the ring inside and out. So there's nothing that Jake Paul can do aside from make it extremely ugly by grabbing him and probably trying to throw him to the ground. I don't know what else, bite him. I don't know, but I mean, the skill level alone. Now, of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. It's just going to look bad. To me, this is the way I see it. It's going to look bad. Tank is going to be too fast. And the punch, I believe, I'm not saying it's going to knock him out but he's gonna feel it.
Former world champion and now boxing analyst Timothy Bradley was very confident in Gervonta Davis, calling this fight easy money for Tank. Bradley explained that Davis has years of experience fighting top-level opponents, people who truly understand elite boxing. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has only fought a few pros, many of them retired athletes or celebrities from other sports. Bradley did give Jake credit for working hard and bringing attention to boxing, but said stepping in the ring with someone like Davis is a whole different experience. He believes Davis's timing, ring IQ, and calmness under pressure make him the far more skilled and dangerous fighter. For Bradley, this fight will show the difference between someone born to box and someone who joined late.
You prove your innocence and say that it ain't fixed. Because check this out. Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many holes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, this gonna be taking candy from a baby. You know, Jake is missing the rules. See, this what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You know, you start reading your own press clippings. That's what Jake is doing. You know, fighting this lower level competition, and now he think he them ish. Now he think he the man. He ain't the man. You kidding me? He is not the man. Oh no. Yeah. False sense of security. Now he trying to pick on small folks, right? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm just saying size-wise. Yeah, that's another thing, boxing one-on-one. You can't pay attention to size. Hell no, I told y'all it's the size of the heart, right? In that damn dog. It ain't the size of the damn dog, and I told y'all that, man. Yeah, it's the same thing here. And it's about the smartest dog. Tank too smart for him. Tank got too much boxing IQ for Jake, man. This gonna be easy. Easy. Like I said, man, Tank, please, man. Don't do this to boxing, bro. If there's anything, man, shoot. Man, we can put together some kind of like account for you, a GoFundMe account or whatever, bro. And we can, all your fans can give you $1, bro. So that way you don't be blowing this fight. It's easy, bro. This sparring section. You know, look, I'm so confused. I don't know what the hell to call this. The circus? Just call it a circus. Yeah, just call it a damn circus. Because, you know, 1 minute they said, oh, this is the fight.
Paulie Malignaggi, a former champion and current boxing analyst, had a more critical take on Davis. He argued that Gervonta's career has been overly protected and that he hasn't faced enough dangerous opponents. Malignaggi claimed that Tank's reputation is based more on impressive knockouts and safe matchmaking than on taking real risks. This opinion adds to a long-running debate in the boxing world. Has Davis really tested himself against the best? Many fans still back Davis for his power and skill, but critics like Paulie say greatness only comes when you take on the top fighters. Regardless of the criticism, Davis remains one of boxing's biggest stars, known for his speed, precision, and punching power. Even if opinions about his fight record continue to be split.
90. Dean, that's bad. Because you know what that tells me? That tells me that even he recognizes that he's too big for him.
Yes.
He recognizes that he's too big for him.
I'm wondering how this even came about. It can't be that Gervonta Davis needs money. That can't be the reason why
he's been a world champion so recently. How could he be broke?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he doing this for money? And then why and how is even Jake Paul doing this when no one respects it? Like, I can't think of anybody that respects this.
But Jake Paul has been able to carve out and make his own lane in boxing, and I've never seen anything like it, bro. He literally, I mean, we don't know what weight class he fights in any situation. We just don't know. He kind of makes his own rules.
He makes his own rules.
And it seems like people are playing by those rules. I remember a couple weeks ago, the WBC and the Jose Sulaiman was very upset that he wasn't going to be able to put the belt on the winner at Canelo versus Crawford. That's the thing that's happened since the beginning of the time. Those guys are very powerful in boxing. But with Zuffa boxing, it was almost like that power was getting stripped away. They were very disappointed. But how can you take those sanctioning organizations seriously when they are sanctioning this?
That's my point. That's why I think that this whole thing that we have, this boxing and this MMA argument and Zuffa getting into boxing, our argument is misplaced because things like this should not be happening. And the fact that boxing is allowing this to happen is an embarrassment to the sport.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I talked about this before. Like, I didn't know why they were fighting because, I mean, Gervonta Davis's last fight was at 136 pounds.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and breakdowns.